Each and every day I step on the field, like the man in front of me, I'm not letting him stop me.
No one has been able to stop Anthony Johnson since he arrived at UB. In 2 seasons with the Bulls, we're talking over a touchdown a game and nearly 100 yards.
Anthony Johnson, UB touchdown!
It's just my job to go out there and show the world like what I'm capable of.
Those abilities and that mindset, you could say, were bred into Anthony. Let's go back to his hometown of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
I go home and I train with Cordero. I talk to Stephon Gilmore. He tells me like things I need to work on also. Clowney, we just work out wise. You know, he plays a totally different position, so I can't really get too much from him. I just work out with him. And I know Jonathan Joseph as well. He helps me. He watches my film.
That's 4 current NFLers Johnson can lean on from his community, including 3 of which are his cousins, all who push him to make the best of those bloodlines.
There's a lot of motivation because I want to be in the same predicament those guys are in. You know, one day hopefully I'll be there.
That opportunity was almost taken away from Johnson in the blink of an eye. During his junior year of high school, Anthony was out late night with his friends and the car he was riding in lost control and flipped several times. He was then ejected through the rear window and left lying on the pavement, falling in and out of consciousness.
I was scared, you know, like I was blacked out, you know, but I woke up, you know, like I kept asking the same questions, you know, but my friends were there, like they were like in the car right behind me, like I was in the car in front of them, so they seen me fly out the window, and like I kept closing my eyes, and I kept saying like, look at my face, like what happened? And I kept saying it over and over, and I kept like going to sleep, and like they kept begging me to stay up until the like ambulance got there.
Luckily for Johnson, he only sustained a brain contusion. More importantly, this was the eye-opening experience an adolescent Anthony needed to realize it was time to grow up.
Man, it's a blessing, you know, like not too many people survive things like that. I don't even know how I did that. But you know, it's just me just being smarter, making smarter decisions, and like moving forward with that, and like the people around me telling me I need to stop with all the little crazy things and like focus on my sports more in school. So you just got to cherish it and just work on like the sports you got and just take advantage of it.
Johnson did just that. His senior season at South Point High School, AJ pulled in 46 catches for 923 yards and 11 touchdowns. He then went on to star at both Butler and Iowa Western Community Colleges, racking up 40 more receptions for 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns before becoming a Bull.
It's just me just being able to go out there and work. You know, I'm going to always go out there and compete, no matter who it is. You know, I battle through a lot of things, but I'm going to go out there and give my all for my teammates, and I want them to know that when I step off that field.
And that fact, it was never more evident than September 8th versus Temple, when Johnson played just hours after learning of the death of his friend since grade school, Damon Davis.
Man, it's honestly probably the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life.
Anthony knew just one way to pay his respect.
I came to Coach I and I told him I was ready. And I told him just put me in the game, and he put me in the game. We ran like a double drive play. I kind of knew Tyrese was going to throw to me. It was man-to-man, so I'm good at making guys miss. And I just fought my way into the end zone. It was an amazing feeling, you know. I kind of cried after because it was a very great moment for my team, you know, and that was a big win for us.
One of 10 wins this season that has Johnson and the Bulls in his first and the program's 3rd ever bowl game.
It's exciting, you know, just another opportunity for us to make history for this program.
After next week's Dollar General Bowl, Anthony turns his attention to adding to the history of his famous football family as he preps for his shot at the NFL Draft.
I want to start training early, even before the Senior Bowl, and I'll train more after. I'm probably going to go down to Arizona, you know, and just mainly just work on like a few things like routes, my 40.
While there have been a few pages in the journey that is Anthony Johnson's, which he'd like to rewrite, they're all creating some fascinating chapters in his yet-to-be-published masterpiece. Greg Vorse, Spectrum News Sports.